So when looking at problems with switches, the first thing to do is to see if there's any resistance when you're pressing the switch up and down. It should make a normal click sound like this. If it's clicking, it's going up and down, we should look at the micro switch on the back. You may have a third spade on the spade connector on the black part of the switch. It should just be these two that you're looking at, and make sure you've got spades going onto each one, the wires are connected okay. If that's okay, if the switch is actually working okay and it's just the problem with the lamp, these two outer ones, make sure they're connected, they control the lamp, and try replacing the lamp. Predominantly there's 3 different types of switch. Really old fruit machines will have normally a black surround, and the way you take the switch apart is by pulling it, the switch straight out, which has the lamp holder as well. Newer fruit machines then went to a method where you just turn the switch anti-clockwise slightly, and then that will allow the switch to come apart. And newer ones, again, they just come apart like this. When you're putting them back together, on the newest ones they just push straight in. The sort of middle ones where they just lock in by twisting in, and on the really old ones they just push straight in. So to take the switch apart completely, remove the whichever one it is, then squeeze these 2 lugs in, and then as you pull this out there's a spring which will fly out, so put that to one side. So if you're if the switch is not going up and down okay and it needs to be cleaned, spray some cleaner, anything, detergent or whatever you want to use, a damp sponge or whatever will be absolutely fine. Just clean all around this part here. Use a cloth, go in here, just clean all around here. What tends to happen is people spill beer, drinks and whatever on the buttons, and then they will just stop going up and down properly and get stuck. It's very important as well also to clean all around the edges of the button. If drinks seeped into the actual button housing itself, you might find the legends all sort of covered in beer and it's discoloured. You can just get a fingernail and you can just pull that apart, and you should be able to take this apart. You can clean all the lens, clean this off as necessary before pushing it all back together. The important part when putting the button back together is just to put a finger in and hold the spring in whilst you place it back into the holder like this. If you don't do that, what will happen is the spring will come forward and it's then now sort of getting trapped underneath. You might even get it to go in, but if it goes in, it's not going to work properly, it's just going to jam up and down. So it's very important, just put a finger, place this in, and then it should go up and down okay. That is it. That's how you clean and replace and test the buttons.